Hello, welcome back to Story Chronicles. Welcome back to my channel. We are continuing our Linux tutorial. Today we will talk about some important concept, the concept called Inode. But before we get started, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell, like and comment. In Unix and Linux operating system, every file is represented by a unique structure called an inode, short for index node. Inode are special file system data structures that are generated when the file system is created. The number of available inodes define the maximum number of files and directories the system can store. An inode stores important information, important metadata about file, including details such as file size. Let's open my terminal. About file size, including details about ownership, permissions, and reference to the actual data block where the file content is stored, data block. During file system creation, a predefined number of inodes is allocated automatically. In many cases, around 1% of the disk space is reserved for the inode table. And because of this limitation, a system may run out of available inodes even if there is still free disk space remaining. An inode stores important metadata related to file or directory within the Linux file system. It keeps track of essential information required by the operating system to manage file efficiently. The inode structure remains mapping between file names and their corresponding inode numbers. Each file or directory is associated with unique inode identifier. For example, file 1 name 2 inode 1. Okay, inode number 1. File 2 name inode number 2. Let's clear the screen. This mapping allows the operating system to locate and manage files internally using inode numbers rather than relying only the file names. An inode stores ownership details related to a file or directory. This information helps the operating system determine which user and group are associated with the file. It includes UID, user ID, of the file owner, GID, group ID, of the associated group, file size, and type. The inode also contains important information about the size and type of the file. So, this includes file size measured in bytes, file type such as regular file, directory, device file, symbolic, link, and timestamps. An inode keeps track of several important timestamps that help monitor file activity and modifications. These timestamps include date and time of last file modification, date and time of last file access, date and time when inode information was last changed. These metadata details allow Linux systems to manage files efficiently and track file usage and update accurately. Inodes contain pointer that references the actual disk blocks where file data is stored. Linux uses different level of blocks pointers to efficiently manage both small and very large files. Direct block. The inode contains several direct block pointers, usually around 12 blocks. These pointers directly reference the first data blocks of the file, here, allowing fast access to smaller files. Single indirect block. If the file becomes larger than what direct blocks can handle, the inode uses a single indirect pointer. This pointer references another disk block called an index block, which contains additional pointers to a file data blocks. Double indirect pointer. For larger files, the inode uses double indirect pointer. In this structure, the inode points to index block. The index block points to multiple indirect blocks. The indirect blocks point to the actual file data blocks. This adds another level of addressing for handling bigger files. Triple indirect block. Very large files require triple indirect pointers. Here, the inode block. That block points to the double, here inode block. That block points to double indirect blocks. Double indirect blocks point to single indirect blocks. And single indirect blocks finally point to the actual data blocks. Triple indirect blocks, double indirect blocks, single indirect blocks, and actual data blocks. This multi-level indexing system allows Linux file system to efficiently support extremely large files and large-scale storage systems. The disk is generally divided into two main blocks: inode blocks, and data blocks. Inode blocks store file metadata and block pointers, while data blocks contain the actual file content. The file system requires two mechanisms to track the location of inode, available inodes, free data blocks. This responsibility belongs to the superblock. Superblock is stored at a fixed location within a file system and contains critical metadata about entire file system structures. To improve reliability, backup copies of the superblock are often stored in multiple locations on disk. This helps protect the file system in case of the primary superblock become corrupted. Index allocation method can be experienced as some performance limitations similar to linked allocation techniques. For example, index block may be cached efficiently in memory. Actual data blocks could still be scattered across different disk locations. When file data is fragmented across the partition, additional disk reads may be required, which can be reduced overall performance. Direct data block consists pointers stored directly inside the inode structure. These pointers refers the actual data blocks where the contents of the file are stored. Direct block represent the first level of file addressing in the Linux file system. For smaller files, the inode can directly point to the required data blocks without using additional layers of indexing. In many file systems, the inode contains around 12 direct block pointers that provide fast and efficient access to the file. Because of direct pointers connect straight to the data blocks, file access becomes faster. For fewer disk lookups are required, small files can be read efficiently. So this design improves performance when working with small file size. When files grows beyond storage capacity supported by direct blocks, new file systems begin using a single indirect blocks. Instead of pointing directly to file data, the inode store a pointer to another block known as an indirect block. This indirect block contains additional pointers that reference the actual data blocks. The single indirect blocks allows file system to support larger file sizes, expand storage capacity beyond direct blocks, organize additional data blocks references efficiently. This additional layer of indexing helps Linux manage medium-sized files without significantly increase inode size. Double indirect blocks. When a file becomes too large to be managed using direct or single indirect blocks, the Linux file system uses a double indirect blocks. In this method, the inode points to a special block that contains pointers to multiple single indirect blocks. Each single indirect block then contains pointers to the actual data block storing the file content. This layer structure allows file system to support much larger files by adding an additional level of block addressing. The double indirect blocks helps extend file storage capacity, manage larger files efficiently, organize a greater number of data blocks references. Because of this extra level of indirection, Linux can handle files much larger than those supported by direct or single indirect pointers alone. Triple indirect blocks, for example, large files, the file system relies on triple indirect blocks. In this structure, the inode points to triple interrupt blocks. The triple interrupt blocks point to double interrupt blocks. Double interrupt blocks point finally to single interrupt blocks. Single interrupt blocks point to the actual data blocks. This multi-level indexing mechanism allows Linux file system to manage extremely large amount of file data efficiently. Triple indirect addressing is mainly used for very large files where direct, single indirect, and double indirect pointers are no longer sufficient. These designs give the file system the ability to scale supermassive file size across modern storage systems. To check inode number of file, let's make some test. For example, for this file, let's clear the screen. To check inode file, you can use ls-l and file name. Node L minus A inode. This is inode number. You can view detailed information about file. You can run, start, and file name. This shown inode number, file size, permission, ownership, access timestamp. To check file system inode usage, you can run df-i. And you see how many inodes we have, how many in use, how many free, the percentage of usage, and other information. That's all for this lesson. See you in the next one.